Dylan Wang furious after Shen Yue caught holding hands with Miles Wei. Scandal explodes. Before we begin, if you want the full truth, the untold moments, and the emotional aftermath that everyone is afraid to talk about, make sure you stay until the very end, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment your thoughts below because what you are about to hear will completely change how you see this story. It started as a quiet evening that nobody was supposed to notice. No red carpets. No flashing cameras. Just a private moment that was never meant to become public. Yet within hours, it would explode into one of the most shocking scandals fans had witnessed in a long time. Shen Yue and Miles Wei were seen together outside a private studio location. At first, no one thought much of it. Co-stars meet all the time. Friends walk together. Conversations happen. But then came the moment that changed everything. Hands linked. Not briefly. Not accidentally. It was clear. Calm. Natural. Comfortable. A passerby captured a short video. Just a few seconds. But those seconds were enough to set the internet on fire. The clip spread faster than anyone could control. Fan pages reposted it. Comment sections erupted. Questions flooded every platform. And then Dylan Wang saw it. Sources say Dylan was in the middle of a rehearsal when his phone started buzzing non-stop. He ignored it at first. But when he finally glanced down, his expression changed instantly. The room fell silent. People noticed the shift. The laughter stopped. The air became heavy. He watched the clip once, then again, and then he stood up. According to insiders, Dylan left without saying a word. No explanation. No goodbye. Just a storm of emotion contained behind a calm exterior. Those closest to him said they had never seen him like that before. Furious was not even enough to describe it. Behind closed doors, emotions erupted. Dylan reportedly questioned everything. The timing. The secrecy. The silence. For weeks, rumors had suggested that he and Shen Yue were trying to rebuild trust. That they were slowly finding their way back to understanding. And now this. What hurt the most was not the hand holding itself. It was the feeling of being blindsided. Meanwhile, Shen Yue had no idea what was unfolding online. She and Miles Wei had just finished a long shoot day. According to sources close to her, she was exhausted, emotionally drained, and unaware that a single moment would be taken out of context and magnified beyond control. Miles Wei, known for his gentle demeanor, reportedly tried to pull his hand away when he realized someone was nearby. But by then, it was too late. The moment was already captured. As the scandal exploded, fans began choosing sides. Some defended Shen Yue, saying the moment was innocent. Others accused her of betrayal. Dylan Wang fan groups flooded comment sections with heartbreak and anger. The internet became a battlefield of emotions. That night, Dylan did not respond to messages. Shen Yue sent several. None were answered. Hours passed. The silence grew louder. Behind the scenes, agencies panicked. Emergency calls were made. Statements were drafted and deleted. Everyone feared Dylan would finally speak out. And if he did, it would change everything. But Dylan chose silence. At least publicly. Privately, sources say he confronted the situation directly. A tense phone call took place late at night. No witnesses. No recordings. Just raw emotion. Shen Yue reportedly tried to explain. She said the moment was misunderstood. That Miles Wei was offering comfort after a difficult conversation. That nothing romantic had happened. But explanations do not erase images. The next day, Shen Yue avoided public appearances. Miles Wei issued a brief statement expressing respect for everyone involved. It was calm, polite, carefully worded. But it did little to stop the speculation. Then came the most unexpected twist. A close friend of Dylan revealed that he was less angry about Miles Wei and more devastated by the lack of honesty. According to this source, Dylan felt that trust had been damaged long before that video surfaced. The hand-holding was just the breaking point. As days passed, fans noticed something strange. Dylan removed several old photos. Shen Yue unfollowed multiple accounts. Miles Wei went completely quiet online. Every move was analyzed. Every silence spoke volumes. Finally, Dylan broke his silence in the only way he knew how. Not through accusations. Not through drama. But through a quiet message shared with fans. He wrote about boundaries. About respect. About learning when to walk away from things that no longer bring peace. He never mentioned names. But everyone understood. Shen Yue later shared her own message. She spoke about misunderstandings, about how quickly narratives are created, and how painful it is to be judged for a single moment. Her words were emotional, careful, and filled with regret. The industry reacted immediately. Some praised Dylan for his maturity. Others criticized Shen Yue for being careless. And many questioned whether this was truly the end of a story that had already endured so much. Behind the scenes, one final meeting reportedly took place. No cameras. No media. Just clarity. What was said remains private. But sources confirm that decisions were made that night. Lines were drawn. Futures were reconsidered. This was never just about holding hands. It was about trust. About expectations. About how fame turns moments into storms. And about how quickly love can be tested when the world is watching. As the scandal slowly faded from headlines, one thing became clear. Nothing would ever be the same again. Relationships had shifted. Perspectives had changed. And the illusion of perfection had finally cracked. When the world thought the scandal had reached its peak, the real story was only beginning. The silence that followed Dylan Wang's message was louder than any statement he could have made. Fans waited. Media outlets speculated. And behind closed doors, emotions continued to unravel in ways no one could see. The night after Dylan's message went viral, Shen Yue did not sleep. Sources close to her revealed that she replayed every moment of that evening over and over again, asking herself how something so small had turned into something so destructive. The hand-holding, the timing, the lack of explanation. All of it now felt like a mistake she could not undo. Miles Wei, meanwhile, found himself trapped in a storm he never intended to enter. Friends say he felt deep regret for being part of the moment that ignited the scandal. He reportedly reached out to Dylan through mutual contacts, hoping to clear the air. The message was respectful, calm, and apologetic. But there was no response. Dylan had chosen distance. According to insiders, Dylan retreated completely from social spaces. He focused on rehearsals, workouts, and long hours alone. Those close to him noticed the change. He was quieter, more guarded, less willing to trust. The anger had faded, replaced by something heavier. Disappointment. A private meeting was eventually arranged. No cameras. No assistants. Just Dylan and Shen Yue. The atmosphere was tense from the moment they sat down. Silence filled the room before either of them spoke. Shen Yue was the first to break it. She explained everything. The exhaustion. The pressure. The emotional breakdown she had experienced that day. She said Miles Wei had reached out as a friend, offering comfort at a moment when she felt overwhelmed. She admitted that she never considered how the moment would look to the world, or to Dylan. Dylan listened. He did not interrupt. He did not raise his voice. But when he finally spoke, his words were calm and devastating. He told her that the issue was not Miles Wei. It was not the hand-holding. It was the growing distance between them and the feeling that honesty had slowly disappeared. He admitted that seeing the video made him realize how fragile everything had become. Shen Yue reportedly broke down, apologizing repeatedly. She said she never wanted to hurt him. That she believed silence was protecting him, when in reality it was doing the opposite. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. That meeting ended without a clear resolution. And that uncertainty only fueled the public frenzy. Fans noticed subtle changes in both of them. Dylan stopped wearing items associated with past memories. Shen Yue avoided mentioning future projects. Miles Wei declined interviews altogether. The industry sensed a shift. Then came another twist. A well-known entertainment insider revealed that Dylan had been offered a major project overseas and was considering stepping away from everything familiar. The timing was not a coincidence. According to sources, Dylan needed space not just from the scandal, but from the environment that allowed it to grow. Shen Yue, upon hearing this, reportedly sent one final message. It was not an explanation. It was not a defense. It was a thank you. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the honesty. Dylan did not reply. Instead, days later, he shared a short note with fans. He spoke about growth, about learning when to let go, and about choosing peace over chaos. Once again, no names were mentioned. But everyone understood. Miles Wei later addressed the situation during a low-key appearance. He took responsibility for his role in the misunderstanding and expressed respect for both Dylan and Shen Yue. His words were sincere, and for the first time, the tension began to ease. As weeks passed, the scandal slowly faded from trending lists. But its impact remained. Careers continued. Projects moved forward. Yet something fundamental had changed. Dylan Wang emerged more guarded but more self-assured. Shen Yue became quieter but more introspective. And Miles Wei learned how quickly intentions can be distorted under the spotlight. This story was never about jealousy alone. It was about communication. About boundaries. About how fame magnifies moments and turns them into defining chapters. In the end, there was no dramatic reunion. No public confrontation. No clear villain. Just three people navigating emotion under relentless attention. And perhaps that is the most realistic ending of all. If you stayed until the end of this story, you now understand what really happened beyond the headlines. If this continuation changed your perspective, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more exclusive behind-the-scenes stories, and comment below what you think truly went wrong. Because some scandals fade, but the lessons they leave behind last forever.